Accept yourself as you are. One of the hardest things to do is accepting yourself as you are. Because you are afraid of being judged. You are afraid of people thinking that you are crazy. You're afraid of people thinking that you're weird. You're afraid of being singled out. You want to fit in. Now, fitting in is a survival strategy. If you don't fit in, you deal with a lot in society, and you know that. So, you don't accept yourself as you are. You change yourself in order to fit in society. That would be good if there was something wrong with you. But we live in a cult-like society. We live in a society that demands us to sacrifice who we are to be part of it. In any cult, you have to sacrifice who you are to be part of their cult. To become a Christian, you need to sacrifice who you are. To be a Christian, to be a Muslim, you'd have to sacrifice who you are. It's no longer about you. It's about the group. Unfortunately, there have been so many people who've lived before you. Who had their own way of living. They had their own values, they had their own traditions, they had their own beliefs. And in each and every generation that came before you had to inherit their beliefs, their way of life, their values. If you are truly going to accept yourself as you are, you're going to have to deviate from all of that. And there's consequences for being an outcast. That's the problem. And you know that on a subconscious level. So without even realizing it, that you are actually not being yourself when you go out and interact with people, when you go to work, when you go to school. You actually live a fake life. Being yourself is so hard that not that many people in the world are themselves. And when I say not that many people in the world, I really mean not that many people in the world. I haven't met any person who's truly themselves. I have met people who were free enough to be themselves around me. Look, if people are free enough to be themselves around you, you're doing the right thing. So yes, there have been people who were free enough to be themselves around me, but they weren't themselves around other people. They'll tell me what they really think, they'll tell me how they really feel, but there will be fake around other people, because they are trying to survive, and they know that if they truly going to be themselves, they are not going to be accepted. And what most people don't realize is that fitting in actually makes you stupid. Because in order to fit in, you have to let go of your best qualities as a human. You must not question anything. You're not fitting in if you're questioning everything. No, it doesn't work that way. If you're going to question everything, you're not going to fit in by default. So the reason why the previous generation inherited the beliefs, the values, the way of life that the generation before them inherited is because they were not questioning anything. So even if there were some things that were being done wrong, they're willing to change these things. But like, it's how it is, it's how it's always been. That is why we still have religions that no longer improve our lives in any way. Right? There are religions that are holding us back. It seems like these religions are helping us in a positive way, but that's not what is happening. These religions are actually holding us back. We're not able to be ourselves. We're not able to do what is necessary to make the world a better place because of these religions. We're not allowed to ask enough questions. We're just supposed to follow these religions, and no one is encouraged to ask questions. If you grow up in a country where they believe in one of these religions that are holding us back, and you are going to be yourself, you're going to be honest, you're going to have a hard time. You're going to have a hard time, for real. One of the reasons why most of y'all suffer is because you are more honest with yourself than most people. You have accepted some things about yourself, because there are people who are so fake that there isn't a part of them that is them. Like everything about them is fake. But some of y'all have accepted some aspects of yourself. So you still do question some things, you just don't question everything. You do question some things. And your life is hard because of that. You don't fit in completely because of that. You see the problem? And because of what you have to go through for being, different in some way, you are afraid to truly accept yourself as you are. Because you know the consequences of being yourself. You know the consequences of accepting yourself. But what you don't realize is what you can gain. There's so much to gain from accepting yourself as you are. There's so much to learn from accepting yourself as you are. You never grow if you don't accept yourself as you are. Like, it's impossible. You just don't grow. What's gonna happen is that you're gonna fit in. Fine, you fit in. You are accepted. But because now you fit in, because your survival needs are met, because you fit in, you have fair friends, but fake friends. People seem to accept you. People seem to care about you. What happens is that you're gonna stop thinking. Why? Because, well, you fit in. Like, to you, it's about survival. And end up not being the best vision of yourself. But if you're not going to try to fit in, you're going to go through a lot, and that's going to force you to evolve and become the best version of yourself. Becoming the best version of yourself is really important because you learn, you become very conscious. If we were here to learn, like some of these spiritual teachers that are scamming people are saying, yeah, if we were here to learn, the only way you'd need to learn is to actually be yourself. You'd never learn by being fake. What the heck are you going to learn by being fake? Are you here to learn to be a Christian? Are you here to follow a particular religion? Is that how you learn? Really? You learn by seeing things as they are. You learn by being brave. You learn by standing up for yourself, not being a coward, not allowing other people to tell you how to be, not allowing other people to tell you how to feel. Think about it. It is really messed up to allow other people to tell you how to be as a person. Only you know who you really are. Only you know how you really feel. Only you know how you really want to be. So why allow others to tell you how to be? What do they know? If there's something that's interesting about humans is that each and every person is unique. We're not like donkeys. Seems like all donkeys are the same. You are different. Each and every person is different. It's just that as we grow older, they force us to fit in. They tell us that, hey, you cannot be like that. That is wrong. Oh, you cannot think like that. That is wrong. You cannot feel like that. That's wrong. And they turn us into, members of their cult. This society that's a cult. So everyone now is the same. Everyone behaves the same. Everyone thinks the same. But really, we are all different. It's just that they brainwash us. Let me put it that way. They brainwash us to a point where we are all the same. I mean, not all of us. Some of us are able to reject the programming, right? You're like, nah, that doesn't make any sense. This world, believe this or not, but this world is working against you. It's working against your own progress. That's why I believe that we're trapped here. It seems like everything that is happening so that we will remain here, right? We'll remain in this realm. Whether you believe that we're physically trapped here or trapped here on a spiritual level, but everything that is happening is to keep us here, because even spiritually, we're not even supposed to evolve. You can see that we're kept at the same level of, spirituality. We're not even supposed to grow mentally. You're not supposed to see things as they really are. This world is against true intelligence. If you're going to be intelligent, really, really intelligent, you're going to have serious problems. This society has been designed to make you stupid. That's why I was saying to y'all that fitting in actually makes you stupid. You see, that's how they manipulate you. Like, if you are different and you are really intelligent, they're gonna be like, "Oh, you're crazy. You're crazy. Something is wrong with you. You need help." You see, that's how they manipulate you, and you end up believing that you need help, even if you are the dopest human that there is. You could be better than everyone else, but don't even realize that because they're trying to put you in a box and you're outnumbered and you don't know yourself, right? You don't know yourself. I mean, if you can't accept yourself, you cannot know yourself. That's one of the biggest problems. If you can't accept yourself, you can't know yourself. You need to not be ashamed of who you are. That is really important. Like, you must have zero shame. There's nothing to be ashamed of. If you really think about it, there is nothing, and I really mean nothing, to be ashamed of. Like nothing. You are ashamed because they programmed you to be ashamed. You know what I mean? They make you feel guilty for being human, for being you. So you live in fear. Like, I'm ashamed. Like, nah, be you, be free. Live your life and grow, because you're not growing if you're still ashamed of accepting who you are, of embracing who you are. I mean, if you're not going to be yourself, who are you going to be? Think about it. Is there a better person to be than yourself? You gotta let go of the shame, bro. You gotta let go of your fears. What's the worst that can happen if you are yourself? Your girlfriend is gonna leave. You're gonna recover. You're going to recover. Your friends are gonna turn their backs on you. Well, they weren't your friends. They weren't your friends. Listen, no one is going to turn their back on you if they really care about you and they really love you for being yourself, right? Like, it doesn't work that way. People who love you will stick with you even if you are yourself. That's something that I've actually realized. Like, the more I become myself and I see people leave, I see people turning their backs on me, I see people start, gossiping about me because they thought I was someone else. The more I see people who actually care about me, try to be much closer to me. Even if they don't see life the way that I see life, even if they don't believe what I believe, like, people who love you will be. This is something that I usually tell guys that, dude, even when it comes to relationship, if a girl loves you, you could be a criminal, right? And she could be like a Christian, right? And you could be a criminal. She will still love you and she will still stick by you because she loves you. That's how it works. Like, because love is not, It's not control. Like love itself is not controlled by how we think. You see, it doesn't mean just because you think someone is bad, you're gonna stop loving them. Just because you think someone is wrong, you're gonna stop loving them. It doesn't work that way. So people who love you and people who care about you will still stick around, even if you are not like them. Even if your beliefs are different from what they believe, they'll still stick around because love cannot really be changed by how you think or what you think. So don't be afraid to be yourself because you're afraid of losing some people. Those that you're going to lose, you're supposed to have lost them a long time ago. It's just that you believed that they had to be in your life because you thought they were real. You thought they were real. I think it's important to know who's real in your life because not everyone in your life really cares about you. You're gonna find yourself in a situation where you really need help, and you ask those people who don't care about you to help you, and they won't help you because they don't care about you. You just thought that they did. You believe that they did care about you. So if you're not going to be yourself, you're going to be surrounded by fake people. But if you're really going to be yourself, then you will be surrounded by the right people. And since we don't know what the world is, and it seems to be against us becoming ourselves, and we are being controlled in so many different ways, and most of us are aware that this world is not good, whether you believe that this world is like life in this world is worth it or not. But I think most people actually know that this is like what we're going through is not right. Like something is wrong. That is why we're trying to change the world. Like everyone is trying to change the world. Like I want this world to be better. It's because we know that something is not right. So knowing that hey, this world doesn't want us to be ourselves should actually wake us up. You see, being yourself has to do with discovering who you are. Like unless you accept some aspects of yourself, you never discover more about yourself. Does that make sense? Like the more you accept yourself, the more you discover more about yourself. You start to understand some things about yourself. You need to understand yourself. That's important too. You need to understand yourself. I've met so many people who don't understand themselves at all. You see that this person really doesn't understand themselves. It's not easy to understand yourself. Understanding yourself is as hard as understanding the world. In fact, I think if you truly get to understand yourself, you actually understand the world. Like you need to understand yourself, but you can't understand yourself if you are ashamed of who you are. It doesn't work that way. If you are still pretending to be something that you are not, because you want to fit in, because you want to be loved, you're afraid of losing some people in your life. Nah. The fact that there will be a lot of people who will be against you if you are yourself. Should actually wake you up, because that's really how each and every person should be. They should be themselves. But society is against people being themselves. Since we're a little kid, we're never really allowed to be ourselves. Your first day in class, you had to follow certain rules. There were some things that you weren't supposed to do. There were some things you weren't supposed to say. You see, they're programming you to be a certain way. By the time you are 20, you are no longer yourself. They've brainwashed you completely. No, this is a self-serving system. It is a self-serving system, and what it's actually interested in is turning humans into slaves, turning humans into energy, right? If we're to look at it metaphorically, it's a self-serving system, man. And if you're going to be part of this system, this system is going to use you. It's supposed to. That's what it does. So I encourage you to be yourself, even if it's hard. It gets easier. It will be hard at first, but it does get easier. It gets easy because you get used to whatever you'd have to deal with when you are yourself. You get used to all of that. So you're like, hey, all right, this is what I gotta go through. Fine. And then you get used to all of that. So don't be afraid to be yourself. Don't be a coward. There's nothing beautiful about being a coward. Like it holds you back in so many different ways. Imagine yourself in your deathbed, thinking about how fake you are. Like, that's not gonna make you feel good, right? That's not gonna make you feel peaceful. Sometimes when I feel like I'm being fake, that's what I think about. Like, hey man, I need to be as real as possible because I don't want to, feel ashamed. Because I don't want to feel ashamed on my last days. Be like, I was a punk. I need to stand for what I believe. I need to stand for what I believe, even if it means that I'm going to suffer. And I trust myself because I believe that I've been doing the right things compared to other people. Like, I've been doing the right things. I've been the kind of person that will question everything. I never enjoyed being fake. Even if I got what I wanted, if I get something because I'm fake, I'd not really feel satisfied. Like, I don't love being fake. I don't love being super strategic to get what I want. Like, I want to be real and get what I really want from, like, when I get what I really want because I'm real, not because I'm being super strategic I hate that, and I hate people who are fake because they're trying to get something. Now, there are people like that who will be fake because they're trying to get something. I don't see beauty in that. Dude, there's too many cars. But yeah, man, accept yourself as you are. That's really important. Thank you.